What's up guys, it's your boy Mike, the Hacktivist Mechanic. It's been a while since we posted anything and I'm sorry for that, but we haven't had many repairs to do, and that's actually a good thing. So today I got a quick repair that I'm going to show you, but before I get into that, I thought I'd give you a little update about what's going on here in my garage. As you might be able to see, there is nothing here where my Honda CB350 used to reside, and that is because we finally sold the thing. So that's great news. I sold it to a kid, a college student down in Missouri. He was looking for his first bike. His brother was doing a rebuild, so he wanted to work on something. And I think he just really fell in love with the Cafe Racer and what I'd done to it. So we're super stoked for him to get it. I hope he does good things with it and gets a lot of good use out of it. So best of luck to him. Other things going on in the garage, the 911 has been put up for the winter. It's been so cold in Omaha and there's been moisture on the ground, so we haven't been driving it much, which is kind of a bummer. Other things going on, I have put some tires on my cup wheels, as you can see here. I bought these tires from a guy locally. They are 255 45 17s, which turns out is the wrong size. I need a 255 40 17. So those tires have a slightly bigger profile, and what that would do is it would mess up my ride height. So I've got to find some new ones. We'll get to those later. And I still have the other two, which are down underneath this kind of stuff for the fronts. These are the rears. But you know, there's not a top priority right now on these tires because it's not exactly driving season. So when we find some, we'll put them on, but no big deal. So what I want to talk to you about today is on my Ford F150. So one thing I've been noticing recently is a sort of a strange vibration and revolution, rotating sound coming from the car. And you know, I can almost feel it in the steering wheel and underneath my feet. It's sort of it sounds like something's rotating, but it's not the exhaust and not the tires or anything like that. So I did a little digging, and what it sounds like is it's coming from the Ford integrated wheel in. And what this is it's a ball bearing locking mechanism for the hub that locks and unlocks from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. And it's controlled by a vacuum and a solenoid. So if that vacuum line goes bad, then the hub will kind of grind on, it won't be completely engaged. It'll be half engaged or not engaged or things like that. So there's a little bit of a grinding noise when you turn the wheel in the morning, and as you're driving you hear this rotational noise. It's really annoying. And the other thing I noticed is that I'd get out of the car and I'd smell something burning, and it's coming from this area here. And once I started looking into it a little bit more, I realized that this solenoid valve here and this check valve seem to be my issues. And so I've got a new solenoid valve here, and a new check valve just came in the mail 2 days before Christmas. Thank you, Amazon. So we're gonna get that going, and hopefully that solves the issue. Okay, so this should be a pretty quick fix. Well, let's hope it fixes, because if this doesn't fix the issue, then we have to put in a new integrated wheel and hub, which that might be above my pay grade. But this is about $30, $35 in parts. Should take a few minutes. Now, because I'm a hack, it's probably gonna take a lot longer. But so basically what we're gonna do is pop off this clip. Got a little flathead screwdriver. We're gonna pop off this clip. Somehow, being careful not to break it, which these things I'm sure break all the time. Here we go, that comes out there, okay? These hoses down here, a couple of valve hoses. We'll set this one out of the way and be careful to remember which order they came in. And then this should just push that down. Pops out right there like that. Okay, so let's take this piece off here. It's going there pretty good. Please don't break. It doesn't feel too brittle. Let's just use a screwdriver a little bit so you can't pry that off. there's a vacuum coming out. Okay, so this is our piece right here. And here's our new one right here. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that new one in so I don't forget the orientation. Okay, and then we have these hoses here with the check valve. So here is our new check valve. And these go on like so. And let's put this here. Okay, so this one goes here. All right. Okay, this one goes on like here. Okay, and then this one here is going to come off the top, on the top of this one. Okay, which then feeds onto we did that backwards. Here we go. All right. Wow, that really was that fast. Let's just hope we did it right. Well, everything looks to be on there. So, old check valve, old solenoid valve for the integrated wheel end hub, and that's it. Guys, thanks for tuning in to this quick video. If this rotational noise and grinding is a problem with your F150, mine's a 2012 with a 5.0 V8, it could be this issue with the integrated wheel end. I found another video on YouTube that the guy helped me, and this is basically the same fix he did, so I just sort of remade the same video. But it's easy, 35 bucks. It took me literally 5 minutes. So hopefully that solved the problem and I don't need to replace the actual hub bearing. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Next year, hopefully bring you some more content, whether that's fixing things on the 911 or keeping our regular vehicle fleet going or getting new tires or whatever. Appreciate you watching and subscribing, and we will see you in 2019. And cheap, because the hub itself costs about 150 bucks and the shop's trying to charge me $700 to do the whole thing. The hub they wanted to buy was about $450. It's probably a better hub than the one I got, but again, I'm trying to save $500–600 here. So I've got, I don't know, a couple hours to try to do this. So we'll see how it goes. So here we go. All right, so let me show you what's going on with this tire here. This is one making all the noise. So if we move it this way, there's a little bit of play. Look at this. Quite a bit of play up and down. So get this tire off, check out this hub. Hopefully it'll solve our problem. All right, we are back. It is one day later and we are no closer to getting this wheel hub and bearing replaced. I spent a good hour or so working on this yesterday and I couldn't even get the tire and the wheel off the car, the truck, so ridiculous. The reason is because of this lug nut. Not sure if you can see this, but essentially Ford, when they made these lug nuts, decided to save some money, and so they put this sort of metal casing around the lug nut, and when you combine some water or some brine for salt on the roads and things like that, these things get trashed and they are not able to remove it. I even got a tool from downtown Omaha, big shout, Midwest Tire. They had a special tool to replace this. I had to go down there for work, so I dropped the truck off. They got it off today, no problem. So today, I may actually have a chance to get the wheel and hub bearing assembly off, replaced, now that I can take the wheel and tire off. So yeah, job number one, took us 24 hours, but I'm gonna start working on that now, and hopefully we can get this thing going. So, not promising anything. All right, so we got our tire off, which is awesome. So basically, what we need to do now is take off the brake caliper here. Then we're going to take off the rotor, take off this backing plate, pull out this dust cover for the axle nut, take that nut off, take out the bolts for the hub in the back. We've got to adjust some of these real quick and replace the other one. So this looks vaguely familiar to what I saw in the video, but again, no promises. So let's see if we can get this part off first. This is me waving in the towel on the hub replacement, and it's very frustrating because I can't get the brake caliper off, much less the hub bolts off. They're pretty rusted through. I've got all this new equipment here. I bought brand new air tool set, Craftsman, right? So it's got an impact wrench, all that kind of stuff. You can see that right there. And it's got a ratchet, all this crap, right? But, you know, here's my puny little air compressor. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing, people, okay? So, you know, I've got this, I don't know, 3-4 gallon air compressor, right? I'm like, yeah, okay, it'll be fine. And then I look at the instructions and it says, oh, you know, you need at minimum a 23 gallon air compressor, but probably more like a 30 gallon air compressor or 60 gallon if you do professional stuff. Yeah, right. So put the wheel back on. I mean, I just couldn't get the calipers off. The bolts are too rusted. And another thing is too, I could not get the air compressor behind, much less I have not enough air, but I could not fit it in here properly because of the swing arm was in the way. So I can't use my electric one here, which I know it works, although it's not as powerful as the Craftsman. So I can't use that because it can't fit. I've got this ratchet right here, which is pretty cool, but it doesn't have enough air, obviously, to work. So yeah, I'm just sitting here with my thumb up my ass. So, you know, fortunately, the guys at Midwest Tire said that they would do the job for me, and I can bring them the bearing, the hub, they'll put it on, they're just gonna charge me labor. It's 90 bucks an hour. I'm guessing it's gonna be at least 2 hours. I think the manual calls for an hour and a half, but my guess is they're gonna charge me two hours. So, you know, that puts me at 180 plus the hub, which was $300. So we're looking at $300, not forgetting the fact that I spent 100 bucks on this thing, but I can use that later on. So $300 probably for something there was, everybody else was gonna charge me $600 to $700. I don't know, maybe that's good, maybe I suck. It's probably the latter. So anyways, that's a wrap on this shit. Try to do better next time. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. I'll have more fails for you in 2019.